spray, tear gas, pepper spray, tear gas.
Dozens of students as young as 13 years old are learning protest drills aimed to protect themselves if they encounter scenarios of police force from pepper spray to beatings. The sessions are organized by the Tennessee Student Solidarity Network, along with Reverend Sekou, who has trained thousands across the U.S. on militant, non-violent civil disobedience.
What are you here for?
Militant, non-violent civil disobedience.
When you're in this formation, police are going to want to come and put a baton under here. And what are you going to do when I do that?
Let go!
Because if that happens, they can dislocate your shoulder easy.
Students in the network have staged protests for rights for construction workers, fighting against GOP lawmakers over anti-trans bills, and the latest for gun control at Tennessee's House following the Nashville school shooting. Representatives Justin Pearson and Justin Jones joined in solidarity with the students, leading to their expulsion, which lasted less than a week before they were both reinstated. Here, the students demonstrate a series of actions to best use when facing threats from police during protests.
Shield, pepper spray, tear gas, shield, pepper spray, beating.
The network hopes that this will help prepare future generations of student protesters.
Now, the Restrict Act not only makes it illegal for Americans to use TikTok, it is the Patriot Act 2.0 for the internet. It would give unelected bureaucrats in the Department of Commerce complete and unfettered access to all the data in our computers, our phones, security cameras, internet browsing history, payment applications, and so much more. It throws the Freedom of Information Act completely out the window, no transparency whatsoever, and it criminalizes the use of VPNs with up to 20 years in prison and $1 million in fines. Dangerously, we can't even challenge this in court. Now, this is a direct threat to our fundamental constitutional rights and freedoms, and it's a threat to our democracy. We cannot allow this to pass.
Into the tree where I told you to run, so we'd both be free.
Hands, no thoughts, no prayers can bring back what's no longer there. They silent or dead.
Somebody hurt you, I wanna fight, but my head's been broken one too many times. So I use my voice, I'll be so fucking rude. Cause they always win, but I know I'll lose.
The French Revolution lasted around 8 years. The Haitian Revolution lasted around 12 years. The American Revolution lasted around 10 years. Why am I telling you this information? I'm telling it because we have this idea that these revolutions, these changes, these things happen overnight. Everyone thinks that one day we're all just gonna wake up and be like, yeah, let's take down the system. No, that's not how it works. Typically, it's a series of events that come together that causes these change, and later on, historians put these events together and calls it the revolution. What I'm trying to say is, the revolution's already here. It's already started. Me personally, I would say around COVID, George Floyd, that's when it started. The rise of TikTok, when people became too self-aware. Look at what's happening in Tennessee. Look at what's happening in Tennessee right now. We're already here, guys. Look what's happening in Atlanta. We are already here. This is the revolution. Time to start fighting.
Hamilton
France is rioting and burning shit because their government raised the retirement age without a vote. And I'm not saying we should do that here. And I'm not saying we should have been doing this since Roe v. Wade got overturned. I'm also not saying Florida should be doing this every day. But I'm especially not saying that if the government bans TikTok, we should go full-on French Revolution because the ruling class has forgotten who they are here to serve. Because that might go against terms of service, and I always advocate for peace here, guys. Love each other. We should have been doing this since Roe v. Wade got overturned.
The French government is acting like it's never read French history. We can 3D print guillotines now. They're gonna kill you.
Explain it to me, Joe. I want you to explain it to me. Why the sudden move to ban TikTok? Why is there such a rush for this all of a sudden? Explain it to me. Because out of everything that's happened in the last fucking 2 years of your presidency, this is one of the few things you moved quick on. The train, it took you a week. Train exploded, and you're the train guy, took you a fucking week. Inflation out of control, we still haven't fucking dealt with it. A bank went under that rich people use, took you 72 hours to clean that one up, but TikTok seems to be a big one for you. So explain it to me, because I just got home from fucking dinner, and I open up, and I'm looking at the Wall Street Journal, and it says, U.S. threatens ban if TikTok's Chinese owners don't sell steaks. So explain to me why. I want to know why you want to ban TikTok so bad. Is it because of the ownership? The foreign ownership? You don't want foreign ownership in media? Because I'm reading this on the Wall Street Journal, which is owned by an Australian billionaire. Rupert Murdoch, an Australian billionaire, owns the Wall Street Journal. He also owns Fox News, the same TV channel and website that pushed that you're an illegitimate president. Is that foreign manipulation of the media? And I got the link to this from Twitter, which is owned by a South African madman. What's the line? What's the line here, Joe? Because I can also go follow all this back to Facebook, which is run by a reptilian from the fucking hollow earth, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay? This is just a series of psychopaths who own our media. We know this. You're gonna claim it's the data? Joe, if the Chinese want our data, they can just fucking buy the data on the free market that we love so much. The data is out there. It's been for sale for fucking 25 years. The first day somebody figured out how to sell the data, it was for fucking sale. What is it? You want to claim it's because you're afraid they're spying on us through the app? Then Joe, ban every electronic device for sale on Amazon. All of those devices are made in China. How are we not sure that they're not listening to us through our Amazon Alexas, our Google Home, or even Apple Siri? How do we know, Joe? We'll never be fucking safe. Figure out a way, Joe, to explain this if you're gonna fucking explain it. If you're gonna do this shit and convince the people that you're not trying to fucking silence all of us from speaking to each other and finally seeing each other's lives for the first time and not just reading angry tweets from each other like we did for the last fucking 10 years. We're not going back to blogs. We're not going back to fucking Instagram. Explain to the people what you're gonna fucking do, or you're gonna end up with a lot more people looking angry as fuck like me. You can never get me. All I'm gonna say is that they don't really care about us.
So when we ask Grandma, what are those numbers on your wrist? Silence. Grandma, why do you speak with an accent? Silence. Grandma, why don't you have any pictures of your family? Silence. Decades of silence until she was older. And almost at the end of her life, she began to share. And one of the things that my sister clearly remembers is the first thing she shared with her, as she knew we were getting ready to be teachers, is they came for the teachers first. They came for the teachers first. They told us what textbooks were allowed, what were not, what standards are allowed, what were not, and then eventually who was allowed to teach and who is not.
We fight for gun control.
Republican politician in Alaska just said that it is better if an abused child dies because it saves the government money. No, I'm not paraphrasing. Listen to what he actually said.
In the case where child abuse is fatal, obviously it's not good for the child, but it's actually a benefit to society because there aren't needed for government services and whatnot over the whole course of that child's life.
Through the chair, can you say that again? Did you say a benefit for society?
Talking dollars. Now you've got a $1.5 million price tag here for victims of fatal child abuse. It gets argued periodically that it's actually a cost savings because that child is not going to need any of those government services that they might otherwise be entitled to receive and need based on growing up in this type of environment.
The GOP was never actually pro-life, and this yet again proves it. This is why I say we have to continue to activate and organize and vote these extremists out permanently.
So Trump supporters are gathering outside of Mar-a-Lago right now, and I need you to watch this fucking interview. Oh my God.
And I personally was able to hug him and pray with him, and he was so precious, just like my father. I was actually missing my dad, and I said to God in my heart, I needed a father's hug that day. It was near Thanksgiving in 2019, and when we were called back, and I realized that God gave me the best daddy in the whole world, Donald J. Trump.
People are stealing groceries. The theft of grocery is astronomical. Why are you crying? These people are stealing grocery. They're stealing groceries? So much grocery. You need to calm down. How much are you paying your workers? My name is Walmart Williams. I can pay them anything. Okay, great, Walmart Williams. How much are you paying them? 735. Yeah? 735 pennies. 735 pennies. Yes. So $7.35. Yes. Are you proud of that? My profits is sky high. Thank you, Jesus. My investors are happy. Me, I am happy. Rice and pizza. Thank you, Jesus. Excuse me, sir. I don't gotta be proud. You don't gotta be proud when you're Ebola. Then you deserve to have your groceries ganked, stolen, thefted. Are you serious? I am serious. Oxtail. I'm serious. Hey, Americans have lost their common decency. And so have these corporations. If the corporations don't want to play fair, bitch, who says you have to either? The fuck?
Sometimes, especially in this body, I feel as though if Christ himself walked through these doors and said what he said thousands of years ago, that we should love our neighbor and our enemy, that we should welcome the stranger, fight for the least of us, that it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into a kingdom of heaven, he would be maligned as a radical and rejected from these doors. It is part of my faith that all people are holy and all people are sacred, unconditionally. And that is what prompts us to transform, because it is unconditional. It's not about that it is up to us to love parts of people. We love all people. There is nothing holy about rejecting medical care of people. There is nothing holy about turning someone away from a hospital. There's nothing holy about rejecting a child from a family. There's nothing holy about writing discrimination into the law. And I am tired of communities of faith being weaponized and being mischaracterized because the only time religious freedom is invoked is in the name of bigotry and discrimination. It is not up to us to deny medical care. It is up to us to feed the hungry, to clothe the poor, to protect children, and to love all people as ourselves. We are equal in the eyes of the law, and we are equal in my faith in the eyes of the world.
So pump us full of sperm, put us in a barn, have some pigs on a Mississippi farm. In 9 months we'll have a kid you won't care about. And if the kid's not straight, white, and male, we guarantee a living hell. Murder in the name of a loving God. Our women are cattle, there's blood on our kids. Are you being paid to not pay attention? Does it have to happen to your mother, to your sister, or your daughter for you to take it personal?
Because if TikTok's really about to be banned this time, I'm going to start saying how I really fucking feel. I might lose followers for what I'm about to say, but I want y'all to listen close, because I'm going to say this shit with my whole fucking chest this time. Y'all ready? The United States government, who historically can't agree on a fucking thing, agreed on banning an app before they ever did a single fucking thing to help stop your kids from getting killed in their fucking classrooms. And I'm going to double down on that shit. Y'all thought I was done? Fuck nah. If as many CEOs got shot and killed in this country as kids who get shot and killed in their fucking schools, then the government might actually fucking do something about it. Let that one fucking marinate. National fucking security risk? Yeah, fucking right.
Hey mom, the world's kinda fucked up, and I really didn't think that I'd be saying this much, but I guess being happy is just easier said than done. Well, hey mom.
There's an office and a building and a person and a chair, and you paid for it all, though you may be unaware. You paid for the paper, you paid for the phone, you paid for everything they need to deny you what you're owed. There ain't no you in United Health, there ain't no me in the company, there ain't no us in the private trust. There's hardly humans in humanity. Now the procedure that you're needing ain't the cost-effective route, and only 2% of people end up winning a dispute. So if you get sick, pray to God for help, cause your doctor's gotta pray to United Health. Way back in 77, Mr. Richard T. Burke started buying HMOs, putting federal grants to work, made 50 billion buckaroos. Last year the Warren Buffett of help, the Jeff Bezos of fear. Now CEOs come and go, and one just went. The ingredients you got, bake the cake you get. But if you get sick, cross your fingers for luck, cause old Richard T. Burke ain't giving a fuck. Commoditized health, monopolized fraud. Here's the doctors we own and the research we bought. They own the pharmacies and a lot of the meds. They should start buying graves to sell us when we're all dead. There ain't no you in United Health, there ain't no me in the company, there ain't no us in the private trust. There's hardly humans in humanity. There's hardly humans in humanity.
Literally walking down the street in NYC and stumbled upon this.
They tried to kill democracy. Yeah. They tried to expel the people's choice and the people's vote. Yeah. And they awakened a sleeping giant. They put Gloria Johnson and Justin Jones and me on trial. Yeah. But they ended up putting themselves on trial. Yeah. The people's verdict is back. Yeah. Guilty. Guilty of white supremacy. Guilty of patriarchy.
barber. It's coming. It's your barber, I guess. Okay. Okay. It's empty. It's empty. You can't go in.
Can I ask a question? Can you show me a piece of paper? Is that a constitutional rule? Or state rule? Well, I mean, what do you mean by
I'm just bringing this to my desk.
No problem. You don't You can't take the symbol of what they're doing? Check on that. Wait right here, okay? Well, what we're going to do is, where's Janelle? Right here. I just want her right now because we need to go to court and all of this. Now, don't you want, you don't bother with you. You said you want to check? Yeah, I'll check. I'm just bringing this to my desk.
In Nashville, Tennessee, about an hour ago, there was an active shooter event at a Christian elementary school, the Covenant School in Nashville, and it teaches children preschool to 6th grade. There is no update presently on how many were killed or injured, though Nashville PD is reporting that they have killed the alleged shooter. As this is still an active potential crime scene, reunification of students and parents will be taking place at the Woodmont Baptist Church. This is the second event driven by a shooting that has happened in Nashville in just the last 24 hours. Last night, a car ran into the front doors of the school, which was unoccupied at the time. No one was killed or injured, the couple who crashed into the school saying that they were followed by a man on foot who then shot at them, causing the crash. And I don't have an update as to if the suspect in this incident has anything to do with today. I'll let you know when we have more.
Justin, another train derails just outside of Detroit, Michigan, carrying hazardous materials.
There is currently a lawsuit against the Tennessee Department of Children's Services. I'm going to get into the details, but want to throw in a trigger warning of abuse towards children because these are incredibly serious allegations. So the Department of Children's Services is accused, in Tennessee, is accused of illegally and unconstitutionally warehousing children in their system with disabilities. These warehouses were called prison-like facilities in the suit, and they're accused of, in these facilities, pepper spraying and beating the children with disabilities they're keeping here, denying them access to education and healthcare, and all around creating a terrible and harmful environment for them. A 114-page legal complaint was filed in a Nashville federal court. The suit is seeking, it may have already by the time I've posted this, seeking class action status because there are more than 1,000 children that could be represented as plaintiffs in this lawsuit.
First man to get a 5-star wanted level in GTA 6 has just been sentenced to a lifetime in a secure mental hospital because as he was under investigation, he told doctors and prosecutors and the judge, I'll do it again. That's right, he did the Goofy meme. He hacked into Rockstar Games, and it gets even fucking crazier from there. So, many of you guys might remember here, this year, December 2023, we had the GTA 6 trailer got leaked early, right? That wasn't a hack. That was allegedly somebody who worked for Rockstar Games. Their kid was able to get a hold of the trailer. They put it up online. This guy, though, Arian Kurtaj, he was a member of a hacking group called Lapsus with a $sign. Now, Lapsus, this criminal gang, they go online and they hack into different multi-million dollar international companies, places like NVIDIA, British telecommunications companies, Microsoft, and other things have been their targets, alongside with like massive cryptocurrency wallet scams, right? Arian is a member of this group, allegedly. Actually, wait, he's been found guilty, so it's not allegedly. Ha-ha! So, Arian, part of this group, over in England, he is going around and hacking into people. Well, he gets caught and arrested by the police. The police take him to a secure location, specifically a Travelodge hotel. They lock him in this Travelodge hotel and they take away his computer and they think, no more problem. No problem whatsoever. We've taken this guy off the internet. He can't commit more crimes. They did not notice the fire stick sticking out of the back of the television, though, and Arian Kurtaj used the television's fire stick, the television, and a phone, and he was able to hack into Rockstar Games servers. That's right, while in police custody for hacking, this man started hacking again. He hacked into Rockstar Games in September of 2022, and he was able to download and steal over 90 clips of footage, of alpha build footage of GTA 6. He leaked that online. Many people at first thought it was fake footage. A lot of people were confused as to whether or not this was real. It proved that the game was going to be set in Vice City. It showed that it was going to have a first female protagonist. Other things like that started to come out about it. So he starts doing that. As this is happening, he is threatening Rockstar employees because he's also hacked into their internal Slack channel where they use their internal DMs, where they're messaging each other. And he was like, if you don't follow these certain demands and answer things on my Telegram channel, then I'm going to release the source code to the games. Meanwhile, he's already in police custody. He literally is in jail, in a hotel, doing this shit. So he was then taken in front of a judge. The judge had him speak to medical professionals, specifically psychiatrists. The psychiatrist diagnosed Arian Kurtaj with a very specific form of acute autism, where they stated that they do not believe that he actually understands that what he's doing is a crime. Again, do not praise this man. He's been holding up these massive companies for multi-million dollars while working on behalf of Lapsus. So the judge declared, hey, he's not going to go to jail, but he can be held indefinitely in a secure hospital until doctors declare that he is no longer a threat to society. So yeah, he's 6 stars. Rockstar hit him with a 6-star wanted level.
Donald Trump's plan is to do what he did last time, which was give another massive tax cut to billionaires and big corporations. And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good, because it was my economy. We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid, nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage.
But to anyone planning on doing anything like that in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia District Attorney had some choice words for you.
Anybody who thinks it's time to play militia, F around and find out.
This is my new favorite guy.
Anybody who thinks it's time to insult, to deride, to mistreat, to threaten people, F around and find out. We do have the cuffs, we do have the jail cells, we do have the Philly juries, and we have the state prisons. So if you're going to try to turn an election into some form of coercion, if you're going to try to bully people, bully votes or voters, you're going to try to erase votes, you're going to try any of that nonsense, we're not playing. F around and find out. That's what we're going to do. If any of you are on your little Slack communications back and forth saying, won't this be fun? You can have your fun in a jail cell, because that's what's coming.
Well, I wonder if Donald Trump is listening.
Is literally on the hill where I live.
What's going through your mind when you see that?
I hope to God my dogs are okay, they're my family. I literally rescued them off the street. They deserve better than this.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
How do I get to my house?
We're gonna, okay.
The next hour was the longest Casey can remember.
He just came to me, though, and said that the first responders who saw him went to his home and checked on his dogs.
Moments later.
You got the dog?
Yeah, this is my daughter. The behavioral dog, he ran out of the house, though.
Do you know where the other one is?
No, I have an air tag on him, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Okay, let me show you where he's...
Under there,
Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. It's your daddy. How's the fire? Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, my God, you're alive. You're alive. Oh, honey.
You can take him back.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you, God. NBC. Where's NBC? Where are you, Liz? Thank you. Oh, honey, thank you. Oh, God almighty. Oh, Jane. Oh, Jane. Oh, I'm never going to let him go. I'm never going to let him go. I'm never going to let him go.
I know.
Oh my God, that's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
Or you could try it at home. Honey, did you do the dishes? I have a concept of a plan to do the dishes. How's that going to go over? If it wouldn't work for you, why in the heck should it work for the President of the United States? But the good news is, Kamala Harris, she doesn't have concepts for a plan. She has an actual plan to make your life better.
The Battle of Blair Mountain was part of a full-out war that raged in the US in the 1920s. Over 100 people were killed in the fight, with many more being jailed for their part in it. The battle was part of West Virginia's Coal Wars. In 1921, 10,000 coal miners decided that they wanted to unionize and ended up going to war against 3,000 lawmen and strikebreakers. Those that had tried to unionize had promptly been fired for their efforts, and when union busters showed up to evict them from their mining company-owned homes, a gunfight broke out shootout between them and the local constabulary. Over the course of the next entire year, there were sporadic battles and shootouts in the area between the miners and the anti-unionists. While attending trial for blowing up a coal tipple, which they definitely did, 2 conspirators were shot to death on the steps of the courthouse by anti-unionists. This lit the powder keg and the Battle of Blair Mountain began. Private planes were hired to drop bombs on the miners by state police, and leftover World War I gas was dropped. And this, folks, is why you should unionize.